You said it was going to be tough. The guys listened, and they fought all the way to the end and picked up a big win.
Yeah, no, I was really happy. It's a unique style that Tyler plays, where they press you, they tempo press you, and then they switch between man and zone. And I thought we just did a really good job of not looking at what they were in and just make them have guard movement. Because when you're switching from man to zone, you get confused too if you have to guard movement, constant movement. And when we were moving, offense looked really nice. And then you make shots. You throw them in when they're there. All goes six. He makes 6 threes, I think.
Yeah, new personal best for him.
It's and you make shots. It covers up possessions even when maybe you weren't your best. But it all started on the defensive end for us in this game.
Alfonso Willis, talk about his defense, but also you talked about some of those shots that just somehow got in. Boy, did he make things happen there, especially in the second half when he would drive and flip.
Yeah, I thought he was really good. Just stat stuffer. He had the privilege, if you will, or whatever, of guarding a guy that we were really keen on in Fuller, and I thought did a really good job on him. I think he had 3 or 4 points in the first half. But when he sets the tone like that at the top of the defense, everyone just kind of got to fall in line. He was a little. He takes too many plays off right now to be in the Reggie Reed conversation, but. When he's locked in, ready to go defensively, he brings what Reggie brought to the group is just, that first person up there that really sets the tone for the possessions.
Thought DeMarcus Demonia gave you some really big minutes, especially in the first half. He playing inside and out, mostly inside on defense, and he did a great job. Clayshawn, of course, up by the rim, a good protector.
Yeah, no, and DeMarcus, he's got to stop worrying about results. And more worried about how he's playing. Is he executing the plan, what we're trying to get? Because the results were coming. He's too good of a player. If he missed a couple shots early, it is what it is. It's part of the game of basketball. But I thought he played a complete game, both sides of the ball. He was really good as well.
Who were some of the quick numbers that jumped out, or maybe not even numbers necessarily, but the good play?
Even Carson Tuttle hadn't practiced in 6 days. Got to go to shoot around today. But, him playing 23 minutes against that defense, number 2 defense in a lot of categories in the country, 0 turnovers. And that's what he needed to do. Like, obviously, his numbers aren't eye-popping, but to me, he guarded a game plan on no practice and was able to take care of the basketball. That's why he's so valuable to what we do. And then, I thought everyone, made some good plays. You get production. How many points do you have off the bench?
11. Not the biggest, but those guys, they did some other roles.
Yeah. And everyone guarded. That was really the key. I mean, you hold team to 56 points, you're gonna win a lot more of those than you lose.
Kari is key. He's so burly down there in the lane. He would be kind of like, if I tried, it would be a lot of fouls, and he did foul out today. But he's really given you some hard-fought minutes tonight. His assignment, trying to cover some of their better guys down low, was pretty tough.
Yeah, going in the locker room, we had guys out. Different guys have been out literally all semester pretty much. First semester it was pretty straightforward. Like, we didn't have much going on, or people out, or injuries and other stuff. But it's really good. You can see the group growing right now because guys are out, and literally the offense and defense doesn't skip a beat. And that's what you always hope for, but you never know, right? So, it's key to get key wins with guys out. I think it just helps you build the chemistry when guys realize, like, they're going to go to me regardless. They're not going to play. I'm not going to play guys 40 minutes. I'm going to play everybody, right? I'm playing 10, 11 guys now. And that I think that helps your team, and it gives us a chance, especially as we get going in the season, to continue to grow, guys getting better. And we want to be peaking, obviously, later in this year.
Yeah, always want to get better. Don't want to peak right now. Talk about the play, and I know it was only a minute and a half, but Manny Adeoye and Riley McIntyre, Mac got in there. What does it mean to the rest of the club when those guys get in there? First of all, they got to feel pretty good about the situation, and then I know they're cheering for their teammate, but those guys work so hard in practice.
Oh, absolutely, and they get us prepared. We got to have a scout team and what the other team's doing. We throw different guys on it, but at the end of the day, somebody's got to be on the scout team so we can prepare for the other team. But what I'm so excited about 2 games in a row is that when those guys come in, we continue to get stops and continue to guard. That to me, that's a mentality thing that it's hard to build that, because you can there's only so many possessions there at the end you're going to win the basketball game.
Sure.
But like those guys understanding like why we play people and what's important to this program. And then for them to do that and really work at it to get stops and to continue to guard is that shows me a lot. That makes me feel good about where this group's headed.
All right. Well, they are headed to New Mexico in the morning. You guys have got that'll be a 8:30 start Central Time, 7:30 local out in Silver City. We are headed to the mountains and get a chance to see the Mustangs for one more time at Drags Court.
Yeah, it's going to be it might be one of our most challenging tests of the year. Really, like just
from the travel,
4 games. You're going to play 4 games in 7 days, so that's hard, right? You got different guys out. You got to travel. You just have a big win against a really good team, and it's easy to feel your oats a little bit and think whatever about Western. Like, they're a good basketball team. They play WT to 3 points. I mean, it's hard to go play there. But so we got to get over this now. Again, we got to turn around in 46 hours. We got to scout, implement what we're going to do, and go out and find a way to get a win on the road. And it's never easy to win on the road. We know that. Hopefully our leadership in that locker room is telling the guys how hard it is to get the ones that have been here multiple years.
Right.
So it'll really tell a lot about who we are. Are we a team that can win games, or are we trying to build towards a championship season?
Coach, you mentioned that the leaders in the locker room, that's something that you don't always have. Sometimes it's just the coach who wants to be the leader, but your guys have got enough chemistry, some of them over several years now, that you're comfortable with that in there.
Yeah, I hope so. You never, as a head coach, you don't. Maybe you do know as much as you want to know, but sometimes you don't know. You got to trust. I try to extend a lot of trust to that locker room the same way, and you don't really know how it is. It was good to see last year. We had a lot of adversity, which is, and nothing happened in the locker room. There was not defections. Everyone it was still intact, even though it was a miserable year for everyone in the world and everything. So that was, and then you got a lot of those guys back, and then we brought in only 3 guys, and they're just terrific human beings. Obviously, they're good at basketball too, but just really good people. The locker room, I hope is in, cross my fingers, even though I'm not superstitious, but I just don't want to be, sometimes coaches can think everything's really dandelions, and maybe it's not. So, we got I know we got, a lot of guys from great families that, that really care about each other.
Coach, this squad, let's see, you're now, pardon me, I have to reach 12-3 on the year, 15 games under your belt. You only got 14 all season long last year. What a difference it makes to just be able to just play normally, even though it's still not normal yet.
Yeah, it's probably to me this is normal, because you have guys sprain ankles and stuff and just miss some time. So this is normal. Whereas last year, one guy, then your whole team shut down for 14 days. I mean, think about the difference in that.
Yeah.
We'll continue to be safe, and our administration and our training staff's done a great job of handling it, all the work they do extra on top of their the old typical normal daytime job that they have,
right.
Dealing with this. So we had a great band tonight. We had a really good crowd. Student section was really good. We got great fans here. They know what's going on. They're not golf clappers. They're getting into the game, and they're yelling at referees, and they're doing the whole nine. So it makes it real fun to play in here.
Take some of the heat off of you too.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
All right, Coach. Congratulations on the W. That was a big one, and now you got that challenge out west. We'll be there, and we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. Go Lions. Thank you, everybody,
folks.
for coming.
Hey, Lions win. We'll take a break. That's Jaret von Rosenberg.